Hello, and welcome to the SEIB Search for a Star hack class. Can I introduce my co-judge, Katie Jerram Hunnable, and I'm Chris Hunnable. Another really strong class, and the horses have all been produced and turned out so well. In sixth place, we've got Glynis Cooper and Penstrumbly TikTok. In fifth place, Ashley Wilkinson with Temptation. Shannon Clark comes fourth with Who You Know. Third is Tracy Heavers and Colonel Kink. Second, Karen Holmes and Carmelin Aphrodite. And our winner is Hannah Whelan and Dipford Birdsong.
I love my hacks, full of elegance they should be, have fantastic manners, super movement and look through the bridle. They have to have that look at me factor. This horse is actually not stood well. As you can see, its legs to me are standing under it. We've got the judge the other side and the legs standing towards the judge are standing beautifully, but for the photograph it should have stood the other way. But he oozes quality, he's got great length of rein, he's bridled up beautifully, he's sitting up through into the bridle. He's got a lovely deep girth, a super angled shoulder. You'd sit beautifully in the middle of him, and he oozes quality throughout. He's a lovely, what I call old-fashioned hack.
Quality, elegance and loads of presence. So we move on. Second was Karen Holmes and Carmelin Aphrodite.
This looks to be a small hack to me. Obviously we don't know sizes. He's a lovely hack. He's got nice bone, good depth of girth, good angle through the shoulder, nicely, very nicely presented, on the more pony side than the other horse, and needs to put more top up, whereas our other horse was very made for today. He looks a young horse and still got maturity to do on his side.
Agreed. In third, Tracy Heavers and Colonel Kink.
Colonel Kink, nice horse, stood well, apart from he's looking a little bit bored and not looking at us and looking through his bridle. It's a shame that you've done the photograph. He's got his saddle patch there. It's not groomed down and he could have been just presented. You're there at a show, he's presented well, but it would have been nice if you'd dried the saddle patch off and just finished him off properly, because it makes it look like the saddle just sits slightly on top of his shoulder and just takes away from the photograph. But well done to you, good third place, great class.
Fourth, Shannon Clark and Who You Know.
This looks a nice young horse. It looks to be a mare. Needs to put more top line up. Your marks,
especially in the quarters.
Yeah, and then you've done what I call not the quarter marks that I'd have done. I'd have done a lot more smaller squares to fill the bottom out a little bit more. Your eye kind of drags to that end where she's slightly weaker at the moment. So maturity time she needs. Learn to mark her up properly, and then I'd look forward to seeing her next season.
So fifth place is Ashley Wilkinson and Temptation.
Here we go, Temptation coming up. Nice horse, stood with its back leg, making it look like it's a bit straight of its hind leg. If you'd split that, it would look a lot better. And again, the foreleg, I'd like to see the leg nearest me standing in front of the one on the far side. Nice angle through shoulder, good length of rein. How you've done the photograph, it looks short from the point of the hip to the point of the bottom. We could have just opened it out a little bit more. It would have looked an awful lot better. And
the sixth place is Glynis Cooper and Penstrumbly TikTok.
Nice horse, good angles, beautifully presented for today. I've gone for the more thoroughbredy stamp of a hack, which is particularly the sort that I'd like. I would have preferred him as a riding horse.
Okay, and maybe just when you're arching him up, I mean, he's looking through the bridle, lovely, but he could have just been head and neck just a little bit higher. And you look as if you've got a very long tail.
Oh, I missed that one. Really long tail. Yeah, you need about 6 or 7 inches off that, and then that whole back end would look an awful lot better. And again,
make it look stronger, wouldn't
your
it?
marks, it would be nice to have smaller marks, not just large squares. Identify them down a little bit more and put some sharp teeth in and tart him up a little bit more like our first horse was.
But well done, good hacks.
Well done.
Another very strong class.